Okay, we're now going to be doing some problem solving in 3D shapes. Let's go through some examples. Right, we have 24 pieces of wood. Each is 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters in size, right? So each piece of wood, we have 24 of them, is 10 by 10. Draw it if you need to, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Okay. Draw a cube that you could make out of these pieces of wood. Right, so a cube has 3 dimensions. These pieces of wood only have 2. So we could, for example, make a cube out of these pieces of wood. It has to be a cube that looks like that, and like that, right? But this only used, so that was 10 centimeters, that was 10 centimeters, and that was 10 centimeters. But this was only using 1, 2, 3, and then it's a dice, 4, 5, 6 pieces of wood. We need to use 24, right? So we know that a cube has 6 equal sides, right? Ooh, equal sides, right? So we know that we're going to have to say 24 divided by 6. What is 24 divided by 6? That is equal to 4. So we're going to have 4 cubes on each side. So it's going to look something like this. We're going to have a big one here, let's say. That is going to have 4 cubes or 4 squares on each side. Each is going to be 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters here. They will all be 10 centimeters. So in total, it's going to be 20 centimeters on each of the sides. But now remember, this is a cube, so it's going to also have the same over here. You must draw it at a little angle, get used to drawing cubes. And then the same at the top. I'm going to go over the writing a bit here, and that is going to have that there. How many squares are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we know that there's going to be 12 on the other side, so that's 24. That's great. That is our cube that we've drawn, right? What is the surface area of this cube? So remember, surface area of a cube is simply equal to 6 multiplied by the side squared. So when we had our cube, that was 4 by 4, each of these was 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters. What was the side? The side was 20 centimeters. So the surface area is 6 multiplied by 20 squared. Do you know what 20 squared is? What is 2 squared? You know 2 squared is 4. And 10 squared is 100, so it's got to be 2 zeros, so that is 400. So that is 6 multiplied by 400. Make sure you understand, if you're not good at this, make sure you go 20 multiplied by 20. You'll get your 400. And what is 6 multiplied by 400? 6 multiplied by 4 is 24, plus 2 zeros at the end, 2,400. Is that our answer? No. Centimeters is a cubed, is a squared, or just centimeters? It is squared. Surface area is always squared. Okay. So we have our surface area, that was 2,400 centimeters squared. So what is the volume of a cube? The volume of a cube is simply equal to S cubed. Remember, we have our cube that is 20 by 20, made up of these square tiles, each of them 10 by 10. Right? Remember, this is our cube. So each of those are 10 centimeters. So we can see that it's equal on all the sides, which makes it 20 on that side, 20 over there, 20, and 20 along the back. So the sides are all the same. So that is simply 20 cubed. So how do we do this? 20 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 20. So 20 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 20. Now what is 2 cubed? We know that 2 cubed is 8. But because it's cubed, it's not simply 400, it is now 8,000. There's 3 zeros. How can we check this? We know that 20 multiplied by 20 is equal to 400. So we can say 400 multiplied by 20 with long division. 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 4 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is, oh, we got our magic 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 4 is 8, and then we can see we plus those two together, and that is 8,000. Always revert back to your long division. Is that our answer? Centimeters cubed. It's got to be cubed. Okay, let's look at another example. We have a triangular prism. At each end is an isosceles triangle with a base of 6 meters and a height of 400 millimeters. Okay, the volume of the prism is 18 meters cubed. So we're using meters. Okay, what is the question? Draw and label the shape as much as you can. Okay, so we have two isosceles triangles. What is the isosceles triangle? We know that there are two lengths equal. So the base is 6 meters, and the height here is 4,000 millimeters. What is 4,000 millimeters? 4,000 millimeters is equal to 4 meters. Okay, so there's 4 meters there, and we're going to assume that these two are going to be equal. So that's 4. Oh, wait a minute. What is happening here? If this crosses right in the middle there, because it's an isosceles triangle, remember those lines mean they're equal, we're going to have a 4 or 3, 3, 4, and it's a right angle triangle. What is our 3, 4 triangle? We know that that is a 5 on that end. You don't even need to work that out. And this is a prism, so it means it's 3D. So that is 5 meters. Oops, 5 meters. 4 meters over there. Ignore that. And then we know that the volume of the prism is 18 meters cubed. Okay, that's I think all we can label for now, so let's leave it as that. Right, so we now got to calculate the length of the prism, right? Let's quickly draw this again. We have our isosceles triangle with 5 over here, 5 over here. Remember, it's a height of 4. We have a length of a base of 6, and we have a volume of 18 meters cubed. These are all in meters, remember. How do we calculate the length? What equations do we have that have the length in it already? What is the volume of a prism? The volume of a prism, a triangular prism rather, is equal to the volume of a triangle, sorry, not the volume, the area of the triangle times the length. We know the volume of our triangular prism. We know that that is 18 meters cubed. The area of a triangle, we know that that is half base multiplied by height times the length. Okay, so what can we do here? We can say, we leave that 18 over there, meters cubed, a half base times height, a half, what is the base? That is 6. What is the height? That is 4. Remember, these are meters and meters. So the length must be in meters because there's a 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, and there's 3 meters or meters cubed. So the length must be in meters. So this is now 18. And that is equal to a half base, which is 3, times by 4 is 12, times by length. How can we work this out now? We're going to divide it by 12 on both sides to get our length on by itself. So those cancel out. So that makes length equal 18 over 12. We can simplify that by dividing by 2. That's 9 over 6. So we divide by 2 each. We can simplify that again by dividing by 3, which we could have done in the first place, but that is 3 over 2, and that is 1 1/2, which is the same as 1.5 meters. And that right there is our answer. Well done, grade 8. That is all we're going to do for problem solving.